Hey, what is up everyone? So today we finally got the release of Sea of Thieves Season 13, and in this video we're going to go over everything you need to know about this big update. So there are two really big main things that are added with Season 13. First is the Burning Blade. The Burning Blade is a new type of world event that really puts you in charge of the entire event. Rather than spend most of this video going over all the little details with the Burning Blade, I made a separate video about that, so I'll leave that linked here for you to go check that out. But the coolest part about the Burning Blade, it's not just a world event. It is a ship that you can actually sail on your own if you win the world event, essentially. The other main thing that we got with Season 13, and the thing that I'm really excited for, is skeleton camps. So if you enjoy doing stuff like the Sea Forts or the Cyan Treasuries, this is pretty similar to those things in terms of length, being emergent so you can just do them whenever you want, as well as being a raid voyage, and can earn you some quick treasure. Skeleton camps have been built all across the Sea of Thieves, 2 in each of the main regions, making 6 of them total. I have another video going into depth about all of that, so you can check that out, but these skeleton camps are the thing I'm most excited for with Season 13. We also got some new accommodations and rewards related to the Burning Blade and skeleton camps, so you can earn pieces from the Obsidian Bone Crusher set, as well as the Burning Blade Reborn chip set. And we finally got some new skeleton cosmetics, so if you're someone that likes to play the Hourglass mode and you've been waiting for new skeleton cosmetics all the way since Season 8, you finally have something to try to earn again. We also got some other rewards like the Cracked Orb Lantern and the Reaper's Bones Shattered Mask for doing skeleton camps, which is pretty cool. As well as there's a new tattoo for doing the Ancient Temples. Of course, we have a new Season Pass and Plunder Pass. There's some cool stuff for the Bloodstone Dragon cosmetics alongside the Eclipse set for the Plunder Pass. I have a video talking about all the Plunder Pass videos, I'll link that as well. And then for the Season 13 Emissary Ledger rewards, we got some new Ledger rewards for the Gilded Emissaries, and then for the trading companies, they all now have access to the pocket watches for their related company. Sadly, it doesn't seem like we're getting anything else for the Emissary Ledgers for the main trading companies. It looks like it's just going to be Gilded Emissaries going forward. So a little bit disappointing, but we kind of were expecting this based off the message from the previous season. One thing that I think is really exciting is that the Chest of Fortune has been moved to the Burning Blade. While in the past I have said that I think the Chest of Fortune should stay strictly at the Fort of Fortune because it just kind of makes sense, I think for me personally I'm probably going to be going for the Burning Blade a lot this season. So I think having it at the Burning Blade would just make getting those commendations for the Chest of Fortune a lot easier to do. Speaking of the accommodations for it, there's been a new tier added for turning in Chest of Fortunes, and this will get you the new Fate of Fortune Fishing Rod, Shovel, Pocket Watch, Tankard, and Speaking Trumpet. So a lot of cosmetics to go for that. There's also been an additional award added for Grade 2 of the Fortune's Favor accommodation, which now gets you the Fate of Fortune Gloves. So this is pretty cool. If you've already reached this grade prior to this update, it will just be available for you right away. Turning in Reaper Chest or Reaper Bounties will now help you get to the next grade of the Reaper's Riches commendation, and this will unlock the Fate of Fortune Hurdy-Gurdy, Constantina, and Scar. I'm very interested to see what that Scar looks like because that sounds interesting. In the Pirate Emporium we got a bunch of new stuff like the Radiant Comet set. We also got a new type of pet, which is kind of crazy because we just got a new pet in Season 12. So we got a new type of pet here, which is pretty cool, as well as some new emote bundles, and then this month's free item with the Stinging Tide Cutlass. And this is actually a pretty good cutlass. It looks really nice, and it's a lot better than some of the past free rewards we've gotten for the last couple months. Moving on to Outpost Cosmetics. This I'm really excited about because I feel like we got a nice selection of Outpost Cosmetics for this season. So there's a new Proud Plume clothing set that's available for gold. There's a new type of courtly jacket, whalebone tattoo, and tentacle terror tattoo, all available from the Outpost clothing shop. In the weapon shop, there's an arrangement of the Carpenter weapon set, as well as a selection of new swords for the Kraken, Inky Kraken, and Venomous Kraken sets. So that's all pretty cool. But then the addition that I think is most exciting is that there's new throwing knives. So at the Outpost weapon shops, there's new throwing knives locked behind some accommodations, like the Cartographer throwing knives that can be unlocked from the Triple Threat Thrower accommodation. There's also a new Guardians of Fortune throwing knives that's unlocked at level 50 of the Allegiance for Guardians of Fortune, as well as a new one for the Servant of Flame, unlocked at Allegiance level 50 for the Servant of Flame. So some really cool stuff there. With this update, they also added the cosmetics from the Season Pass for Season 6, so if you missed out on Season 6 and you are interested in any of those cosmetics, like Belle's Hat or the Stranger's Cutlass, you can now get them. We have a handful of gameplay improvements. So there's been changes to how long it takes for a treasure to spawn for after you sink a ship. This change has now reduced the amount of time you have to wait for the treasure to rise back up to the surface. So I think that's great. I feel like it was a little bit too long before, so hopefully this helps make things move a little bit faster. Moving on, the Bone Crawler has gotten some changes. Now with the Bone Crawler, it will no longer uncover players that are using a hide emote to hide in plain sight. So this is nice, so if you're tucking on a ship and someone throws down a Bone Crawler, it's no longer going to reveal you. You have to use the hide emote while you're out of sight of the skeletons, but if they do see you before you've done the hide emote, they will still attack you in your position. You can also lure Bone Crawler skeletons to a location by firing a weapon and then hiding again, which is kind of a cool feature. For players on PlayStation, you now have the access to 2 new activities, which allows you to select between high seas and safer seas, letting you basically jump into the action a little bit faster. Players on PlayStation engaging in faction battles will also have their battle status shown on the control center and shared on their friend profile, which is a nice little cool feature. And then of course there's a range of bug fixes that were added with this update. Nothing really stands out too much to me, so I think that's where we'll end this video. So if you found this video helpful, it'd be great if you hit the like and subscribe, and let me know what's the first thing you're going to do when you get into Season 13. But that's all I have to talk about in this video. Make sure to check out some of those other videos on Season 13, there's tons of stuff to go over. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all.